We're back with another episode. Oh my god, I cannot fucking believe that I did that. Oh my god, I'm so pissed.
It's okay. We're gonna get through it.
We were done!
We were done. We were.
Oh,
It's okay. It's
I'm gonna
all right.
cry.
Don't cry. At least we already knew what we talked about. So that's a blessing.
Son of a bitch.
All right.
Oh my god.
What?
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. We just gotta re-record it. It's okay. Because the second time is gonna be even better. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, y'all. Welcome back to you. Oh, sorry. You ready?
Nope. Yep. I'm ready.
Ready? Okay. All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. This has been a week, y'all. This has been a crazy week that y'all are gonna hear this stuff because we just recorded a whole episode.
A whole damn episode.
And it was an hour and like 5 minutes. And
my dumbass.
No, it's okay. It's a simple mistake. It's a mistake that happens, and this is why we have patience with each other. And it's okay. So Alyssa,
some more than others.
Alyssa, while everything was still on, our audio and the video was still going, Alyssa unplugged the thing by mistake. And we lost the audio and the video.
If I could go back.
So it's okay.
God.
So we're just recording all over again. Which means this is going to be the best episode yet.
Y'all better like and subscribe to this shit because I'm pissed off.
Definitely. So we're going to try to make this as quick as possible, hopefully. So we can get in and get out and get some new flavor in here. The good thing is, too, we have an amazing collaboration with a fellow podcaster. He goes by the name of Austin.
Ignite Your Why podcast.
Absolutely. So when this episode comes out, y'all going to get a 2-for-1 special today because he interviewed both Fowler and I. Fowler's episode actually comes out today, which is August the 4th. And
I think the 6th. Your days are messed up. Mine
Isn't
comes
the
out
6th?
Thursday the 6th.
I thought you was on a Tuesday. Are you sure?
I thought I was on
I posted it.
Thursday and you were on a...
Maybe it is a Thursday.
See, everyone, we're just a little off our rockers.
I think it's...
Hold, please.
Because...
You didn't... Oh, you posted it to the story,
I posted it to my story.
Let me go.
Because you said you were going to post it to yours.
I come out Thursday, August 4th.
Yeah, that's true. And I come out on August the 11th. Yeah. So this week you're going to have like another episode. So we're going to technically give you a 2-for-1 because we have a collaboration with an amazing podcast. You guys should go over there, follow, subscribe, like, download, share, all that good kind of stuff. Comment.
Show them the Face Off Pod love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So how was your week this past week?
I cannot believe that I erased that entire episode. I will live with the shame for the rest of my life.
No, it's okay.
I'm pissed. I'm sick. Literally and figuratively.
Alyssa Fowler has cooties. I pray she does not have COVID. We're going to pray.
I have 3 negative COVID tests, but who the hell else knows what's going on with me?
Yeah, very true.
My week was fine. What did we talk about before? Oh, I'm in neuro instead of cardiac, which has been crazy because the people in neuro are just wacky pataki on account of their brain doesn't work right.
That's very true. It's hard to
communicate. So it's me trying to be in there at 9 a.m. and they're just repeating the same shit over and over again. So at this point, I'm just pulling up a chair and diving right in. I'm becoming what they call a method actor.
Well, it's great content for the podcast.
Yeah, they pull me into their stories. This lady thought that she was going to jail. That's where she was. We finally caught her in a lie. And that's why she was in the hospital that she thought was jail. So then I was she was like, I know, I lied before, but this is the truth. And I know they have the pictures and that's why they have me here. And they're going to take me to jail this time. And after 3 times of me being like, Miss whatever, you're in the hospital. I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
And that wasn't working. I just started being like, well, what's on the pictures? Who took the photos? Who was there with you?
And this is occupational therapy, ladies and gentlemen.
Sometimes you just got to meet them where they're at, ladies and gentlemen. So that's been my week. I'm a different person every day.
Well, my week was hell. I'll say that. Last week we talked about, and I asked y'all, because y'all, first of all, we thank you guys for listening. We thank you for supporting and all that good stuff. You guys are wonderful supporters and wonderful family. And I feel like I asked y'all for a very small thing and I didn't get it. So I asked y'all last week if y'all would just pray with me that, my AC issue would be a small issue, small and inexpensive. It turns out, plot twist, it was not. And my AC went completely out. It was 87 degrees in my house. Monday and Tuesday, I had to buy a whole brand new unit. And that's $7,200 down the drain.
Shit.
Then, to fast forward, I had 4 days off. So I go to get my oil change Friday. And this is not the type of content that I want for my life. I really don't, for this podcast. So this
is not it for you, not your storyline.
So I went to go get my oil changed, and my tires rotated. Well, I go there, and the guy's like, well, yeah, we did a multi-point inspection. Who actually do that? Because I don't think I signed for that. None of your business. Stay out of my car. Anyway, and do what I tell you to do. So then he's like, well, yeah, you need more new brakes. Yeah, I know that. That's why I didn't want you to look at them. And remind me. So long story short, $1,000 more later, I have new brake pads and new rotors.
She's a brand new bitch.
And then Fowler just deleted all of our video. So, yeah, it's been a week. It's been a week. I can tell you who else has had a horrible week. Neo. What were you telling me about Neo?
Neo, that man. I don't know if any of y'all know him. R&B singer, bald man, always wearing a cap. Love him or hate him. Shaped head. It's strange. It was like a very bold choice for him to be bald.
Yeah.
Anyway, his wife decided to take to Instagram today to tell the world that was not her man and she will not be standing beside him. In her own personal iOS press release, which you know we love here on the Face Off Pod, because there's nothing I love more than someone taking the time to go to their notes app, sit there, type out their deepest, darkest feelings, and then saying, you know what, I'm gonna post this shit right on social media.
Absolutely.
And because I hate to speak ill of people and not have my facts straight, let me read straight from...
Not you.
Not me. The detective. The fact checker. Da-da-da-da. This is the part where we just fuck around until I find what I want.
Fuck around and find out.
She said... This still gets me. Also, do you have your iPhone on dark mode or light mode?
Light mode.
So do I. Some
people put it on dark?
Some people have it on dark.
Maybe because their eyes, protect the eyes.
Maybe. I don't know. I felt like it was a young person thing. People made me feel old when my phone's on light mode. But then my mom has her phone on dark mode.
Well, I mean, it's on light mode, but then I turn the brightness down because that should be...
It'd be too much. There is... Hey, let me tell you about... I know we're talking about other shit right now, but pet peeve of mine, why is your phone so loud? Why is your phone so bright?
I hate people who talk on a speakerphone and then they have it up to their... And I'm like, stop talking on speakerphone in public. Just
in an elevator, turn that shit off.
Seriously,
turn it off.
Turn it down. You're gonna be deaf anyway.
Crystal, Neo's wife, said 8 years, period. 8 years of lies and deception. 8 years of unknowingly sharing my life and husband with numerous of women who sell their bodies to him unprotected, period. Every last one of them, exclamation point.
Jesus.
To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. To ask me to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. The mentality of a narcissist. I will no longer lie to the public or pretend that this is something it isn't. If I choose me, I choose me. I chose my happiness and health and my respect. I gained 3 beautiful children out of this, but nothing else but wasted years. Mom, stop calling me. Hold on. Hey, I'm recording the podcast. Huh? I'm recording the podcast. Anyway.
Was it meant for us to record today? We just have too many things going on today.
The best part of this whole thing, I mean, not best for her, but best for me as a, unsuspecting third party. She said, I ask that you all please stop sending me videos or information of him cheating because what he does is no longer my concern. It was liked at this time by 103 people and one of them being Neo.
The pettiness of it all. He was just on the Breakfast Club talking to Charlamagne. The guy, was it Charlamagne? I think it was, Charlamagne and no, it was DJ Envy and Angela Yee. And he was talking about how, there was infidelity in his marriage that led to him potentially getting a divorce, and I think his wife filed or whatever. Anyway, but that they withdrew the divorce, they're back on track, and that they're, going strong. This was just 2 weeks ago. So that's sad that they are at this point, but also too, we don't want to know. Please, I get it. Social media is an outlet for people to be able to tell what they want to tell and to say what they want to say because they feel like other people need to know. But at the same time, we the people don't want to know because that's what you only need to discuss that with God and your therapist. We don't want to know.
Well, now I know that you knew Neil was making you look like a damn fool for however many years.
Well, I mean, he's been doing it for a hot minute.
I'm like, I don't need to know all that. I do think there's a crazy, it is crazy to me, the mentality of women who go into the DMs of celebrity spouses to be like, I'm gonna take your man. I saw your man here. That is crazy to me.
Yeah, but I think also too, you have to piggybacking on that. I think celebrityism, first of all, it's not real. But number two, if you're dating a celebrity, not making an excuse for anybody, at the same time, this is why you have to have rules of engagement. And there's this old saying, the way you get them is the way you're gonna lose them. So, and I'm not saying that she got him in any kind of like, illegitimate way or anything like that, but it's just the fact that that just sucks because they got kids.
Would you date a celebrity?
No.
That was quick.
No. Because you got one time to try me in public and make me look an idiot.
It's the public
and
for me.
Your career is gonna be done. Because here's the thing too, like this is what I hate about relationships too. If something happens in your relationship, this is why you keep it amongst yourself. Because if something happens, even in people who are not celebrities, something happens between you and your spouse or you and your significant other, and then you tell everybody, oh, he's such a dog, he did me like this. And then next Thursday, you back with him. So now you done made everybody in your circle hate him, and I don't understand why y'all don't like him. Because you told us how big of a piece of shit he was.
Yep, keep it
so
to
just
yourself.
keep it to yourself. Talk to you. If you got an issue with that man, we can't help you solve it. The only people that can help you solve it is you. Not even your therapist can help you. They can give you the tools to be able to navigate that, but we can't help you.
But also, girl, guess what? That's what you signed up for. If you're dating someone famous and they're claiming you famously in public, then people are gonna come into your DMs too and tell you crazy shit.
I just think it's disgusting for women to know that he has a wife and continue to pursue him.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like that to me is like it. But again, they go and God forbid they get divorced and he gets with one of those women, you're going to lose him the same way you got him. So just don't even do it. Just don't even do it.
So at least we're having a better week than them.
Well, I'll tell you who else is having a not so great week. Kylie Jenner. What were you telling me about her?
The people. What accent is that? I don't know.
Borat?
Jesus H. Kylie Jenner posted a picture of her and Travis standing in the middle of a tarmac hugging up on each other. Mm-hmm. Are they back together? I don't know. Does he cheat on her? That's what the people are saying. But also, they do the cute thing where they never truly claim each other, boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever the hell they are, so that when people do say, oh, he's doing this, she's got plausible deniability because she's like,
that's
oh,
like
we're not
Chloe
together.
And Tristan who keep saying, oh, we just want to have all our kids together, but we're not together. Okay, girl.
Yeah, Chris has really got her hand in all those pots. But they posted a picture hugging on the tarmac, 2 private jets on the side, and the caption is something like, which one should we take, mine or yours, or whatever, his and hers, yada, yada, yada. This prompted the fucking internet sleuths to be like, where is Kylie Jenner flying? I don't know how they got this information. I don't know if it's public. I didn't think you could just pick and, get someone's flight information. That seems very invasive.
Yeah, why would you
But
to get that?
all this shit came out about how she's taking her private jet on these, 17-minute flights in and around L.A., and, Greenpeace and all these people are pissed off because she's single-handedly ruining the environment. So they're on an anti-Kylie Jenner campaign.
So Delta, Southwest, American Airlines, United, Frontier, JetBlue, Spirit, they don't have nothing to do with fuel emissions. Only Kylie Jenner. And I'm not even a supporter. I don't even watch what the girl do. But you cannot blame her. That's just jealousy at this point. Who cares if she wants to take a jet 17 minutes up the road?
I would take it 15. If I could.
Listen, I'll take it downstairs. I don't even go. If my lights are left on downstairs,
I would just fly in circles and be like, I just want to be on my jet. God damn it.
I get me a little drone or something to go, a little robot go downstairs and turn the lights off for me. I went to Paris and we were only 10 minutes. Our hotel was 10 minutes from the Champs-Elysees, and it was a 3-minute Uber ride. Ask me what I did. Called that goddamn Uber. I don't care.
As you should.
Monica, you can just walk 10 minutes. I'm sorry. How you gonna tell me what my legs can do? I control my legs over here, so I'm gonna get my legs in the Uber, and you can walk for 10 minutes. I'm not doing that.
The group think is always when we're on vacation. It's always like, no, we can walk it. I'll be the first one to say, well, I'll call the Uber if anyone wants to get in. Yeah. I will make that commitment to y'all. We were eating at a restaurant in Miami, Sassone's, which is right next to the hotel Fontainebleau where we were gonna go to the club.
That's where I had my No, I didn't. Sorry. I was gonna say that's where I had my prom, but I didn't have it at the Fontainebleau. That we used to have church conventions and stuff there. I had my prom at Bahia Mar. Anyway.
Well, that's good. Great segue. Great little story there.
Sorry.
I called an Uber to go from basically the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill because my fucking feet were killing me, and I was like, I will not make it up there. And the Uber driver was like, seriously? And I said, yes, seriously.
You getting paid, sir?
5 stars. 5 stars. If you just take me, just fucking close the door and drive.
You don't know my business, sir.
Amen.
Ugh, get out of here.
We're all for convenience over here on the Face Off Pod.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you, who's also, we'll segue into that and then we'll come back to this. So, I'll tell you who's having a better week than Neo and Kylie Jenner combined.
Who?
Queen Bee, Beyonce.
Always.
Beyonce just released her new another album called Renaissance.
You won't break my soul.
And it has, I think, social media divided. There's the people who are just like, yes, you can do no wrong, Queen. And then there are people that's just like, Beyonce, this not it. What do you think about the album? Have you listened to it?
I like it, but I'm on my like disco gal house music shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like a huge house music fan, but I love that we're just doing this like everything's sounding like drunk brunch. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like the Drake album sounded like drunk brunch. She sounds like drunk brunch, just like happy, uppity music, and I'm here for it.
I feel like everything that she's like this is very like Studio 54. I feel like even to like the her music now is putting you back in like the 80s and 90s like club house music. But I mean, there's a lot more artists that have been doing club music. It's not like Beyonce just all of a sudden discovered house music and been doing it. But I think she's taking a pivot in her career, and it seems like she's doing the music that she actually loves, which I like that. I like the album. There were people that I talked to that didn't like it, but I'm like, she's still gonna do a tour and y'all still gonna buy them tickets, so who cares?
But it's just like sometimes you're listening to one style of music for 3 months and then you remember a song you like and then that pivots you into another style of music that you listen to for a couple months. She can do the same things with her album. Well, I don't know. I'll just listen to anything she puts out.
I think the same thing happened with like K. Michelle and her audience, because K. Michelle, everybody, like, she's from Tennessee. And, you know, Tennessee is like the birth of like, well, for United States of America, country music, or it just has a huge presence of country music there and a huge history. And so she told her fans, well, you know, this is my last R&B album. I want to put out a country album. People are like, oh, fuck no, I don't want to hear that shit. But I'm like, first of all, it's K. Michelle. She's an amazing songwriter and she's a great singer. Mm-hmm. So I think her stories are going to be just as relatable, because a lot of the stuff that she puts out anyway, they can be country songs if you slow them down and put a banjo on. Yeah. They're already country songs. My dog left me, scooch on over. Like, I mean, I love K. Michelle. I love her music. So I'm like, her music is already country music if you listen to the actual lyrics of her songs. Yeah. So, but I think too, for Beyonce, I think the way that Beyonce, for the past few albums, ever since she did the visual one, I think that's what everybody automatically expects from her.
I was wondering where our visuals were.
Yeah, and I think if she would have put out visuals for Break My Soul first, that would have maybe people who don't like the album could probably, you know, maybe would like it a little bit more. But also too, Beyonce don't care about y'all. She don't care that you like it.
And I haven't listened to the full album yet, and I haven't gotten to just like take it apart. Mm-hmm. But like with the self-titled album, which she did the first visual album, she was like, I'm post baby sexy. I'm here. This is the music I want to make. Yeah. With Lemonade, she was like, fuck my husband, except I love him. Y'all never say that shit. This is the story I want to tell y'all. Yeah. This is how I made it out. I feel like she's just being fun on this album.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole experience, because her transitions on this album is amazing. Like, you realize, you're just like, damn, this is a 10 minutes long song.
And it's gone from one to the
exactly. Yes. She knew how to set up her set list. And two, I think when she does put the visuals out, first of all, this album was made for the gays. It's the LGBTQ plus, baby. Because what was the one song she had that was like Category? I was like, oh, bitch, Pose. They about to have everything. And the ballroom is going to be lit. That's all I'm saying.
And this may be an unpopular opinion, but I feel like for the last couple of years, we've gotten all these like political ballads and social change ballads and all these heavy songs. I'm tired of having to be.
She just wants to have fun.
Yes, I'm just tired of the heaviness. We've lived it. I get it. We've been through it. Can we please have a breath of fresh air? And that's what this album was. Exactly. I just want to shake my ass on a yacht, and that's what this is giving.
Okay, Nelly. I want to shake my ass on a yacht. Well, I'll tell you who won't be on a yacht anytime soon. Your president. Our president, Joe Biden.
President COVID?
Yeah, because he's had COVID twice now, or tested positive for COVID twice. Here's the thing, Joe Biden.
Some guys get all the luck.
Here's the thing, Joe Biden. We don't care anymore. Like, when COVID first happened, I can tell you this. Every healthcare professional never cared if a celebrity got COVID. We didn't care. Because we know you got access to certain things that the general population doesn't have access to, allegedly. So please stop telling us that you have COVID. We don't care. If you're not in a hospital on your deathbed, we don't care. Mm-hmm. We don't. You know, tomorrow I'm still at work. Okay, yeah, Joe Biden, welcome to corporate America. We all got to go to work when we sick, so suck the fuck up. Because right now, CDC is, if you're infected, you can still go to work, so welcome. We don't care.
You know what my work wants me to do if I have COVID? Clock the fuck in.
Clock in. That's it. Nobody cares. But I pray that that you stay symptom free. That you
we wish no ill will towards you.
No. We just don't care. We don't want to hear about it.
Everyone log off of social media unless you're dropping an album. Then I'll care.
Well, I'll tell you what else is dropping.
COVID
not
rates.
dropping. Who?
COVID numbers? No.
No, COVID numbers are going up. But also, too, what else is going up is monkeypox.
Nope.
It's going up right now.
I'm not doing it. I already told y'all last week, not doing monkeypox.
So, a state of emergency has been declared for a couple of different areas. Number one was New York. They have currently, allegedly, the highest number of cases in the United States thus far. I think they have like over 1,000 cases statewide. But
y'all live in such close quarters.
They do, and there's so many people in New York.
Too many people. Y'all all touching shit all the time.
San Francisco now has declared a state of emergency
also
for monkeypox.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I think the only thing good that's going to come out of monkeypox is the continued pause on student loans.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, they're talking about, there are people saying that there's a rumor that Joe Biden may extend it to the end of the year, or that he may extend it until next year as well.
I just can't tell you how little I have put towards my student loans in the last 2 years.
Settle.
You're not getting this money back. Bad investment.
Just forgive it, because we've been through enough, Joe. Like,
come on.
We just had to record a whole new episode. We've been through enough.
It should be like, if you survive the last 2 years, your slate is wiped
exactly.
clean.
Credit score, everything.
Let's talk about the fact that we held full-time jobs in a global pandemic.
Yeah. While we were seeing our patients die every day. Like, forgive the loans already.
Forgiven.
But I tell you what is not forgiving, or what may not be forgiving, is, did you hear about the how they're preparing to do a monkeypox vaccine, but they're basically giving a smallpox vaccine to try to help eradicate it, or slow it down.
I did hear someone say, "Oh, well, I have the smallpox vaccine."
Well, here's an issue with the smallpox vaccine specifically for me. So there's two vaccines. There was one that the original one that was made, and then they did a revamp, right?
They rebooted it.
Yes. So two of them are still available. The problem is that the older one, allegedly, if you have a history of eczema, psoriasis, varicella zoster, herpes, simplex virus, impetigo, all those things. I said,
what's the difference between impetigo and vitiligo?
Vitiligo is a melanin.
What's impetigo?
Deficiency. I don't know. You can't access stuff like that. I took integumentary in PT school. I can't remember.
I'm sorry.
I think that's like another form of rash or something like that. Anyway, but yeah. So anyway, the smallpox vaccine, the older one, apparently will give people with eczema and these skin disorders, allegedly, like a really bad bacterial, like
impetigo
necrotic
is a highly
something.
contagious skin infection that causes red sores on the face.
So yeah,
gross.
Yeah,
mostly in kids.
I can't get the smallpox vaccine.
Well, I don't want it. I don't want to put extra vaccines in my. I stopped with the COVID vaccine. I'm not doing that shit.
I barely wanted to get the COVID vaccine. I just want to see if y'all gonna turn it into
isn't the smallpox vaccines the ones that scars you?
That was polio. No, polio did.
Well, I know it did, but doesn't
Polio's
smallpox do it too?
I don't know, because I don't really know a whole lot about smallpox. I just know what it did to the Native
as you
Americans.
shouldn't. Hallelujah.
I mean, I know what they did to the Native Americans, but that's about it. Because that's American history.
Vaccine.
For those critical race theory people who don't want that taught in school.
Scar. I just need. Oh, but also, could you just? It's not like you could just go and get a smallpox vaccine before this, right?
I think you could if you needed it. I mean, I think all those vaccines are like readily available.
You can just like walk up to Walgreens and be like, "I'd like a smallpox vaccine, please."
Maybe your PCP. I don't know. That's a very good question. Any pharmacist, let us know if y'all got smallpox.
This is the scar from the smallpox vaccine.
Oh, I think everybody who was like every baby boomer has that.
Yeah, and the military people.
The polio vaccine did that too.
Why does it do that?
It was because it's the booster that does it.
Interessante.
That's very, very interesting.
Well, yeah, I don't want smallpox. It looks awful. My skin scars very easily.
You mean?
Yeah, either one.
Smallpox, you'll die.
None of the pox. I had the chickies, and that's about all I'm willing to have.
I had chickenpox too. I remember my cousin when she had it. Like I would like try to like rub on her because I was like, oh, you can miss school? Great. So I would like rub up against her to try to get chickenpox.
Well, my mom was telling me that they used to have chickenpox parties.
Oh yeah, for all the kids to get it. So
yeah, and I was like, what the hell? Okay, do you know how young the chickenpox vaccine is? When do you think that was invented?
Maybe the 70s.
Okay. I'll tell you, because when I found out...
What do you mean how young? You mean how old it is?
Sure. Like, if you think it's old, but it is actually younger than you think it is.
Really?
Yes.
The chickenpox vaccine?
Chickenpox vaccine.
Wait, before you say that, Because I didn't have a vaccine for chickenpox. I just had chickenpox.
Okay, so when do you think the chickenpox vaccine became readily available in the United States?
I would probably say like early 2000s, only because I still remember younger cousins who had chickenpox in the 90s.
So it wasn't available until 1995. Isn't that
Really?
insane? That seems so late. Like in my head, I thought the chickenpox vaccine was like in the 80s or the 70s.
No, because we didn't know about a vaccine at all. Because everybody was just prone to getting it, and we knew that kindergarten to first grade, you're gonna get chickenpox before the first grade. Usually,
that's crazy. So, and I didn't even think about it till someone at work was like, "Yeah, chickenpox parties." I'm like, "What the hell do you mean chickenpox?"
Yeah, but they
parties?
did used to do that.
And they're like, "We used to go to chickenpox parties, so you would get it, and then you would already have you get it when you're young, so you don't get shingles when you're older." Blew my mind because I was like, "Sure, I was born in '94. You're telling me they didn't have a chickenpox virus till the next year?"
Yeah, because adults couldn't get it. That's why parents weren't afraid of chickenpox. They were just like, "I can't get it. I've already had it once." But then we've had some adults come in with chickenpox.
It's crazy. Anyway. All that to say. It's your body, your choice, but if your body has monkeypox, stay the fuck away from me.
Just remember, I think, too, the issue, one of the bigger issues is that people have become a little bit more laxed with their hygiene when it comes to hand washing, because it is a contact disease or bacteria, virus, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, or whatever it is, and people have gotten more lax because during COVID, everybody was wiping out everything. You couldn't find Lysol and bleach wipes on the shelves, and now it's a plethora of it because they've been, obviously, supply chain's been able to keep up. But also, too, I think people have just become lax with their hand hygiene, and that's part of the problem. So just continue to wash your hands, y'all. Wash your surfaces, wipe down your surfaces, your phone. That carries the most bacteria too.
Stop touching things. Stop touching people.
Your gear shift, your steering wheel.
After you pump
your
gas.
Your seatbelt, absolutely. So just make sure you just continue to use your hand sanitizer and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What were you telling me about a Republican legislator?
Glenn Thompson. Is that his name?
This sounds good.
My buddy Glenn. He's not my buddy.
No, please don't let it be your buddy.
Let me double check on the name for the people here. Glenn Thompson's a legislature of the House.
In Pennsylvania, right?
In Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. He voted against same-sex marriage. Mm-hmm. They just had another vote in the House. He promptly 3 days later attended his son's wedding. His son, who was marrying another man. And it's the audacity for me that you sit in front of all these people voting against same-sex marriage, then attend the same-sex marriage of your son to his boyfriend.
Oh, talk about stupidity.
I'm just but also, did you not think that was going to come out? Like no one was going to know the way you voted and then see the pictures of your son at his what the hell?
Your vote is public record, man. It's insane. I just think maybe his son has some information, some very interesting information on him, and he just didn't find out before. But I think it's so stupid. Like,
I just think people think they're immune or above these decisions that they make. Like it's not going to affect them, so they don't care.
Well, the problem is it's very true. It's not going to affect them. And even too, like, it's kind of piggybacking on that, the House Democrats actually introduced a bill that would set terms to members on the Supreme Court justice, which I think should happen.
Get rid of them.
You got 80-year-olds who are making decisions for the population at large, and you probably won't even be here in 5-10 years. Who knows?
But also, there's this whole group of people. There's a whole culture shift change and ideas of values change.
Yeah.
That those people don't even understand because they didn't have access to what we have now. It's like life is completely different now than it was even 50 years ago.
Yeah. And if you're not willing to adjust with the times, even if you don't agree, no one cares about whether or not you agree. Exactly. You're here to represent the people in these United States of America, which means the people that you disagree with religiously, which means the people that you disagree with their sexual orientation and their sexuality, and what they choose, like and religiously. Like, you can't make decisions based off your own moral judgment because it's subjective to you. Morality is different for me than it is for you, and you can't put your level of morality onto me and make it a law. That's not what it's supposed to be.
All the justices were judges, correct?
Yeah.
And aren't all the judges supposed to be, I don't know, unbiased?
Oh, please. They can be bought off. That's why most of them on the bench right now. That's Clarence Thomas, old bitch ass coon. I'm gonna keep coming for him because I just don't like him, old fat neck ass bitch. Anyway, fat head hoe. Anywho,
I'm so glad we recorded this episode.
Told you it's gonna be better, but yeah, I think that they definitely should set term limits. And I think when a president leaves, right? I don't care if you're there for 4 years or 8 years. Once you leave, The whole house needs to be clean.
I think so.
Get rid of the cook, get rid of the chef, the dog, the sheets, the silverware. Everything should be complete, including the staff. And if you were just really good at your job and they want to rehire you back, that's the only way you should get back in that White House. But nobody in those positions should be able to have to go back and forth and just have lifetime terms. And we should vote on the damn Supreme Court justices.
No one can be good at their job for the entire time.
No.
For that long. It doesn't make sense.
Half of them got mental decline anyway, which is a natural part of life. As you get older, your mental health declines.
And if you know you have a term for life, you get comfortable.
And you can be paid off.
Yes, you can.
Let's be clear. That's why you got whistleblowers who are protected and damn kickbacks. Remember what it was? Never mind. I don't want to get us in trouble. Anyway,
there's people listening.
Very true. Any other thing we need to talk about before we go into what we're watching?
No, I got nothing. Love that we're just speeding right. This will be an easy edit for you.
Yeah, hopefully. I
won't touch anything when we're
please don't. All right. So what have you been watching this week?
I have been watching things
such as
D.A.R.E. I watched Gray Man on Netflix. Have you seen it? It was actually good.
Wait, who's in it?
Ryan Gosling, An Angel of a Man. Chris Evans, America's Ass. We love to see it.
American's Ass?
America's Ass. Have you never heard them call it? Because, he's Captain America. And they say that he is America's ass because of his ass in that suit.
Oh, does Black Widow call him that? No. Don't worry about it.
Okay. That joke didn't hit like I thought it was going to. That
was the wrong one to use, but it's okay. I don't have to put them bump. Okay.
So anyway, it's more action than I've ever seen Ryan Gosling do. Yeah. And I really liked it. I liked his character because he's kind of this the premise of the movie is Ryan Gosling was in jail. There's this military kind of CIO program where they take people in jail and they turn them into spies, assassins kind of situations. They train them and all this stuff.
Okay.
So he's this guy that's kind of well, this is my life now, kind of whoop-de-doo. But he ends up facing off against Chris Evans, who's a bad guy. I love him as a bad guy. Yeah. I never thought I would.
That's Lizzo's boo.
Wow. He really did the damn thing. It was just it was a really funny dialogue between the two of them. I loved all the characters. It was pretty good.
That's cool.
I would recommend it if you like those two people. If you like seeing handsome white men and fighting it out, you'll enjoy it.
Duel to the death.
Truly duel to the death.
Love it.
I watched Malcolm's List, which is a period piece, kind of cute movie. But okay, did you ever watch Bridgerton?
I watched the first episode and I was like, nope. Then then thus thou do thee, thou.
That's
thus.
Exactly what they say.
I can't do it.
You okay?
No.
But the color blind quote unquote casting that they did in Bridgerton.
Yes, which I hate stuff like that to a degree. Diversity, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously those books were written as white characters.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
In the show, they're people of all colors. The first season is a white girl's the main lead, and then
black guy.
The black man. Okay. The second, it's the white guy and this beautiful Indian girl. So Malcolm's List is kind of in that same vein of these were white written characters in a book, but we're going to colorblind cast, and so there's just this there's all kinds of brown, which is fun to watch. And it reminds me of Cinderella with Brandy, how none of that made sense.
No,
in what word would Whoopi Goldberg have a
black mom and a white daddy,
Filipino son?
Right? It's what?
It made zero. But you love it. You're just once race is out the window, you're like anything goes.
I don't see color.
Exactly.
Disney didn't see color on that one. I guess.
So that was Malcolm's List, and then I watched Not Okay with a bunch of characters you probably don't even know.
Probably don't.
Zoe Deutsch.
Never heard of her.
Dylan O'Brien.
Nope.
Okay. Well, it's blonde Dylan O'Brien, and if you like Dylan O'Brien, then you love blonde Dylan
What
O'Brien.
did Dylan O'Brien play in?
He played in Maze Runner. Did you ever see that?
Yes.
Okay, the main guy in Maze Runner.
Oh, that's his name. Yes, he's a great actor.
I'm dead
serious. I saw Maze Runner. No, I saw Maze Runner because there was two of them.
Yeah, there's three. There's three.
Yeah. I saw all three of them.
Okay, the main guy in Maze Runner.
Yeah.
He's in this movie, except they blonded his hair and it looks so good. No, it looks good.
Because he had dark hair in Maze Runner. Maze Runner was a great series. I kind of wish they would have came out with a fourth one. But
you should have read the books.
I'm not going to do that.
I know. But it's a really cool movie because...
Is it sci-fi?
No.
Oh, you just said
just
it's a period
about
piece.
Yeah. This is him blonde. It just does.
Sir.
It's like a satire on Gen Z, basically, and like social media.
Yeah.
Basically, this girl is a writer. She lives in New York. She doesn't have a lot of friends. She wants to be Instagram famous, but she's lame. So she likes Dylan O'Brien. He's like this very well-known, like a weed blogger. So he's just like typical white guy, thinks he's black, smokes a lot of weed.
Yeah, that blonde makes him look like he's Justin Bieber trying to find himself.
Yep. And so she tells him like, oh yeah, well, I'm going to Paris on this retreat. And he's like, oh, cool. So of course she has no money to go to Paris. So she starts photoshopping these pictures of herself in Paris, but she's really just in her apartment. While she's doing this, there's this huge terrorist attack in Paris. She becomes like famous overnight because people are like, holy shit, you survived this like insane bombing, like da-da-da-da-da. And so it's just about her getting all this Instagram fame and her lying about it and having to keep it up, and like the doors that open to her, the circles that open to her, how people start liking her and feeling bad for her and putting her on this pedestal. She gets this platform.
And it's nothing but a lie.
And it's nothing but a lie, but it just shows you how fucking fake everything is, how social media isn't real, how people treat you when they think you're social media famous.
Yeah.
So it's interesting in that regard, but it gave me anxiety because I just like, as much shit as I talk and like little white lies that I tell, I hate.
You lie?
Just like,
well, like give me an example of a white lie you told lately.
I'm at home in bed.
Did you lie to me today and say you look skinnier?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's not a white lie. That's a big lie.
Little white lies. Like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go home and go to bed. Or like, I have something to do, but you're going to go home and not do shit.
Yeah,
like that.
I'm allergic to this, and I make some brownies. I'm allergic.
Yeah, like that. Okay. Big lies like this give me fucking anxiety. So the whole movie, I'm just like, someone's going to find out. Someone knows what she's doing. But it's cute.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Anyway.
You didn't lie about me looking skinny.
I didn't lie about you looking skinny.
Because you didn't respond very fast. You were just you're like, yeah, you look thinner.
It's because I've been thinking about it, and then you said it, so I was like, oh yeah, let me tell her.
Oh, good.
Sometimes I think I tell people things, but I just think about it and talk to myself about it in my head.
The same way you respond?
Yes.
Just text messages?
Yes.
Like, I responded to you. Check your thread. Okay.
I did in my head. I truly did in my head.
I do that sometimes too.
That's okay. The other day I was telling someone like, they were talking about living in New York or something, and I said, I just had this conversation with someone. Who was I talking to? I didn't have a conversation with anyone. I read it in a book.
It's the people in your
head.
I
responded to the book, and then I thought I was talking to someone. So if that gives you any idea of how I operate my life daily, that's all you really need to know.
And if that gives you any idea on how I have to operate my life, dealing with her operating her life, pray for me.
It's Pisces rising, baby.
Pray saints. Well, anyway. I finished Stranger Things. I'm caught up.
4 seasons. So good.
I've been staying up till like 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I literally didn't go to bed Friday night or Friday morning until 6 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to finish it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, it was really, really good though. I am ready for season 5.
Season favorite.
My season favorite obviously is Dustin. I absolutely love him. Erica and Eddie.
I loved Eddie.
Hate the hair. But the hair made his character.
But also, I mean, he looks 30 years old, which kept catching me off guard.
Yeah.
But he was just, I didn't know how I felt about him the first episode, but I immediately just like, wasn't even character development, because by the second episode, I was like, oh, I love him.
His uncle was so sweet.
I know.
So
how freaking sad
sweet.
was that whole thing. God, I loved Eddie. I love Erica too. She's great.
Yeah, Erica and Dustin, like, their banter back and forth when he's trying to tell her, no, you're a nerd. And she was like, no, I'm not. And he's like, you're a math genius. She's doing all this math in her head and stuff. So, I mean, it was really good though. Robin, I like Robin too. She's funny. Annoying, god damn, that girl talks a lot, but she's funny.
Nancy is my annoying one. I can't click into Nancy. Ever since Justice for Barb, when they did that shit where they put when she's in the upside down back in that pool with Barb, I was like, you fucking deserve that. You know what?
I actually saw on TikTok there was this video where they the whole cast was there, and I think it was after season 1 had finished, and she came up to the microphone to ask a question, but they didn't know that Barb was actually there. The real Barb was there. And so when she came up, everyone's like, oh my God, Barbara, like, come on up here and ask your questions. And so she was like, will Barbara be in season 2? And so they were like, oh, we don't know. But yeah, she definitely killed Barb, you bitch. But I hated her hair though. I hated Nancy's
everyone's hair is trash.
Horrible. Except for Lucas, even though Lucas was getting on my nerves. Like,
Lucas did have a nice haircut.
He sucked the whole season. I hated it. Oh, I just want to punch him in the fucking
face.
He
loves Max, though.
He does, but he's annoying otherwise. But his little kid and play hot top fade, loved it.
His hair does look good. Mike's hair, insane.
Mike,
what are they doing?
What's that? What is that? A soup bowl? Like, I hate that soup bowl look. It's so annoying.
Will?
Wait, Will. Sorry.
Will looks like Coconut Head from Nestor Classified School Survival Guide.
Mike just has like a toupee. Because he does this. Because I don't know. Like, okay, here's the thing. I don't know if this is, and this is not me picking at anybody. Because I don't do this. I work with people with disabilities. No, I work with people with disabilities. So I would never make a mockery out of them. But the thing is, his character has this very like twitchy kind of thing that he does, and it makes his wig just keep moving, and it's so distracting when he talks. And I'm like, are those real tics that he has, or is that just the quirkiness of his character? Because I've never seen him interview in real life. So I don't know what his hair looks like in real life. Maybe we should do
some research. Maybe he's bringing some personal traits to the character.
Could be, but it's just stop moving the wig.
I don't want to. I know spaz is a negative term across the pond, but if you say someone is spastic, is that also negative? Because
let's say rigid.
Tone.
Let's just say rigid.
Rigid can also be tone. He's a little gyratey.
What do they call it? Dysdiadokinesia. It's not that.
I don't know. He moves spastically.
Yeah, he does. What is it? Chorea. Chorea.
I don't know, but that show is so damn good.
It was good. I hate. This is why I hate again binging stuff, because I'm like, damn, when did that come out? Because now I'm done, and it's gonna take me a whole year and a half to record.
And I think season 5 is the last season.
Good, because there's only so much time the damn thing can come back and try to kill them.
I'm so glad they Hopper didn't die and they brought Hopper back.
Oh, this spoiler alert!
Jim Hopper's sexy as ever.
Spoiler alert!
Oh yeah, spoiler alert! You should have seen it now. It's time. All right. You need to watch Stranger Things season 4.
I just felt like that whole Russian thing was like, it was a lot, and I was like, y'all are telling too many storylines at one time.
Well, and I hated how they were all split up the entire season, because I was like, there is a lot fucking going on.
I wonder if they did that because of COVID.
I wonder.
Or does that follow because is Stranger Things a comic book?
I didn't think so.
Because I
know nothing about that.
I was gonna say, I wonder if they did it like that because they were following the comic book, or because of COVID and just having them all together like that. I mean, the story writing was amazing. The writing was amazing. Directing was amazing, but it was just those particular characters.
Well, when you binged it, so you probably had more context. But when I started watching season 4, I forgot about all the Russian shit. So I was like, what the fuck are they doing in Russia? Yeah.
And then what was the other guy with the bald guy with the glasses?
Murray.
He was hilarious. Him and Joyce together, absolutely hilarious. But and then 11, I love her. She's the best.
What a badass.
I just wish that they would do something else as opposed to stupid blood coming out of her fucking nose.
Like, why does she never wipe it? Wipe the damn blood.
Like, wipe it. Like, if you got a permanent booger, I wonder how frustrating that was for her to have that on there. Also, too, I've also watched. I went to go see Nope today by Jordan Peele.
Oh,
another installment in his crazy line of film.
I've heard good things. How was it?
It was really good, but it's again one of those films that forces you to come up with your own ending or your own perspective on it. What I got from the movie, and I'm not giving any spoilers whatsoever, but what I gathered from it was that he was talking about, number one, social media consuming you and how we are distracted by social media. I think also, too, there was a much bigger conversation, without giving away some part of the movie, that when you are somewhat, it's just like what Eric Baldwin said. Eric Baldwin?
Who's Eric Baldwin?
James Baldwin. Jesus Lord, who the hell is Eric Baldwin? I don't know who that is.
I was like, is he one of Alec Baldwin's brothers?
No, he's a black prolific writer and orator and everything.
Okay.
But James Baldwin, when he said to be black and awake in this country is to be enraged all the time, and I'm paraphrasing, but I literally feel like that was the vein of the movie, that it was saying, when you're awake and you're focused on something, that's when they don't want you to see it. So there were a lot of different hidden little innuendos in there if you paid attention. Keke Palmer is hilarious.
She's so good.
She's an amazing actress.
She has such a bright, radiant personality, and every character she has comes to life. I still hate her as Condola's sister because she was too good at it.
I wish she would have been the antagonist.
I wish she would have had a bigger part in that show.
Yes,
for sure.
I wanted her to go after Condola's head. Like, I didn't want her to be the sister, but she did a good job though, because she made you hate her.
Yeah, she did. But she's amazing. So you would recommend seeing Nope?
Yeah, I would recommend seeing Nope. It was it was really good. It's not scary or anything like that. Of course, cinema suspense, they always use like these big orchestras to try to get you, but there's nothing remotely scary about this movie whatsoever.
And I'll watch anything with Daniel Kaluuya.
Here's the thing about Daniel though. D-Dub, whatever his name is. DK. I have never in my life seen an actor who does nothing but does so well at doing nothing. I legit feel like the whole movie, he just sat there and stared the whole fucking movie, but you could see all the emotions in his eyes. He was just like, uh-huh. And I'm just like, how much money did you get to do this movie? Because I feel like I could have did that.
Yeah. Well, even in Get Out. That's what I'm saying.
All he did was stare.
Half the movie was him staring, and I was hooked.
Yeah, he's the best actor at doing nothing while doing a whole bunch of stuff at the same time.
Did you see the movie with him where he was the bad guy? I didn't.
In Black Panther? Trading ass bitch?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but good to know how you felt. It was him and a bunch of black ladies, or like maybe not black ladies. These women whose husbands had gotten into some bad shit. The husbands all died.
Was this with Viola Davis?
Yes.
And it was like a money thing.
Yes, and he I never saw it.
Liam Neeson. What is his name?
Oh, and you remember Queen and Slim? He was so good in Queen and Slim.
I still have not seen Queen and Slim. I know. That's part of my black card.
You would love that movie.
I know.
It is so good.
Yeah, because it was a big phenomenon, and I think that was during COVID at the time, or was it during Black Lives Matter?
It was during Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't have the bandwidth.
You don't, but you should watch it. Yeah. It is so good.
I still haven't seen When They See Us. I'm going to see it.
Oh, though. No, I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't do it right now, but I'm going to
That movie was called Widows, and I know he was supposed to be the bad guy, and he looked like he did such a good job. I didn't watch it.
Yeah. His eyes, though, that man has been through some stuff in his life. God damn. You can see it in his eyes. You can see everything through that man's eyes. But yeah, he's the most do-nothingness person in movies. Like, he does nothing.
Even in Queen and Slim, it's not like he's this, like, bigger-than-life actor. He doesn't have these, like, Denzel monologues, but he just, he communicates everything through his face. It's insane.
Yeah, he's definitely a great method actor. Anything else before we go into the Rehab Corner?
No, let's walk on over.
All right, so in the Rehab Corner today, we are talking about a particular topic that basically stemmed from our previous episode, and we put a clip of it on TikTok, and it got like over 180 something thousand views and 500 something likes and stuff.
The notifications.
So, yes, and we've gained like over like 2,000 followers just from this one video.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much for following us. So the people who don't know about us and who are just joining us, we wanted to kind of answer some of the questions that were in the comment section of that particular video where we were talking about the 5 things that we would not do as an OT, Fowler being an OT and as Fleming being a PT. And so 2 things that came up was, number 1, why no steps in the house that Alyssa suggested or said that she would not do, and then smoking your drugs that we both said. So why, as an occupational therapist, why should you not have steps in your house?
Because they're a hazard. Thank you. That's all.
Okay.
I'm kidding. No,
I was like, you gonna expound a little bit?
Just see a lot of people. I see a lot of people who come in from tripping on the stairs, missing the steps. When you get older, your balance gets off. When you're hurt or you're tired or you're sick, your balance gets off. So the less stairs, they're also a huge energy sucker. But the fewer steps you have in the home, the safer it is, especially when you come into the hospital, when you have a surgery, a stroke, anything that's going to put you at a deficit. When you discharge home, it's a lot easier for us to get you home if you don't have stairs, because that is a pain in the ass to navigate.
Yeah.
So it's something you don't think about as much when you're young and healthy, but being on this side of rehab, it's all I think about now. If I had the choice, I would have a 1-story home. There would be no steps to get inside. Yeah. The doorways would be large in case I needed a wheelchair. The shower would be walk-in with a bench or a seat built in, something to sit down, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think too, like, this is not to scare you guys, but it's really just to educate you from our perspective and from our professional standpoint, because too, I think a lot of people think about making your home accessible when they're older, like, oh, my forever home or whatever the case may be. And then people who live in apartments as well too, there are different modifications that you can make, even living in an apartment, and the fact that you can't drill holes and all that kind of stuff, but there are ways that you can still modify your apartment to be accessible. But I think people don't think about just the everyday average person who gets injured. So like, for example, 2 years ago, my sister, she played basketball from high school to college, and she still plays even now. She probably plays basketball 3 to 5 times per week. Wow. Like, she goes to the rec center, and that's her workout. She goes to the gym, but she also goes and works out. Well, 2 years ago, she was playing basketball, no non-contact or whatever, but you could tell she was probably tired. And she did one move and she tore her Achilles and had to have surgery. And so in that split second, everything changed for her. And it was her right foot. So she couldn't drive. Oh. She couldn't go to work. And she worked, I won't say where she works. But anyway, I almost said where she works. But so she had to have a knee scooter and a cam boot or a non-weighted boot on. And she lived on the 3rd floor in her apartment complex that did not have no elevator. So she had to learn how to. She was like, "I'm gonna just try to drive my left foot." I was like, "Girl, you're gonna crash. Don't even do it." So she had to Uber, and my mom had to kind of help her and stuff like that. But just simple injuries like that, you never know when you're gonna have an issue.
No, fall, break something, like pathological fracture. You don't even do anything traumatic. Something just breaks. You sprain your ankle. You tear your ACL. You have a stroke. One side of your body's out.
Herniated disc. What happened to me? I got and I have a walk-in shower, but I also have a garden tub. I tried to get my fat ass in this tub to try to soak in some Epsom salt.
You can't.
I almost had to call my mama butt naked because I couldn't get out. Thankfully, she was here in town at my sister's work, but I couldn't get out. It was a struggle to get out.
You just never know what's going to happen, and you don't think about it because you're healthy living your life. So if you're building your forever home, if you're buying a house to live in for a long ass time, it's just something to think about. Maybe, you don't make it on a big ass hill.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because if you do, get yourself a chairlift to get on up there.
And you can always use it. And the thing is, it's even when you're buying a house or you're building a house, it's going to add to your resale value.
True.
So, and even if you don't benefit from it, somebody in your family may be able to benefit from it in the event that they get hurt or whatever the case may be. So the second one that we were talking about, which we had, I think, a lot of comments about.
Oh man, y'all are potheads.
When I made a comment about don't smoke, like don't smoke your drugs, bake them in brownies, whatever. I'm not a drug expert, so I don't know what you can and cannot do with these drugs. I just know that you can put weed in brownies and in gummy bears. I don't know that you can put meth or cocaine in brownies. Somebody did suggest crack cakes. I have never heard of that. I don't know what that is. Crack I don't even want to go near it.
Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care.
I care about crack cakes. I don't want to do. I don't even. Don't bring none of that to me. Don't.
Yeah, no, we're not experimenting.
No, definitely not. But I think people wanted to know why not smoke your drugs versus eat them. So I want to kind of give some context for some of our new supporters that are here. For those that don't know, Alyssa is an occupational therapist. I'm a physical therapist. We work in a hospital setting. I recently left the hospital setting just almost a year ago.
Wow, has it been a year?
I know, it's going to be a year in August.
Damn.
Just to repair my body and get away from a toxic work environment. Anyway, there. But most of my career, or all of my career really, except for my clinicals, have been in an ICU setting, specifically in the cardiac ICU, which is your heart and your lungs kind of go hand in hand to a degree. In my career, I have seen a lot of lung injuries as a result of people smoking not only cigarettes, but vaping, using Juuls, and doing hookah, all that kind of stuff.
Marijuana.
Marijuana. Oh, I really haven't seen that much marijuana.
We're saying it.
But yeah, we're going to, and the only reason why marijuana allegedly is not harmful, but the smoking is harmful to the lungs.
Yes.
So the drug itself of marijuana, THC, allegedly, for the protection of our podcast, is not harmful, but when you smoke
it just depends how you're smoking it.
I think what you're smoking anything.
I do, like, you shouldn't be inhaling smoke.
No.
Like, even that's why firefighters come with fucked up lungs.
Yeah, and even cleaning products. You'll have people who have like smoke inhalation injuries to their nostrils because they are inhaling bleach. This is why your ass pass out when you combine bleach and ammonia.
Remember that patient we had with sand in his lungs?
Yes.
Because he was inhaling it in the oil field because it was so dusty, and he had like silt in his lungs.
And had to, unfortunately,
did he pass away?
He did, because we were trying to work him up for a lung transplant, but I don't think he had any fight in him, honestly. I don't think he wanted all of that, and his wishes were not to continue.
A lung transplant is
and he was my same age at the time. I think he was like 35, 36, and he he unfortunately passed away. But yeah, he had sin in his lungs.
Yeah, we had a lot of when Juul was real hot and heavy, when they raised remember when the smoking age was 18?
I never knew the smoking age, honestly.
They just moved it to 21 in the last couple of years.
Good for them.
But the age to buy tobacco in Texas was 18. Juul had just come out. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
It was like the year before COVID, so like 2018. Mm-hmm. And everyone was smoking Juul. We had all these people coming into the hospital who would catch the flu and then couldn't breathe. They put them on life support, and they had holes in their lungs from the Juul.
Yeah.
Not specifically Juul, but electronic cigarettes.
Cigarettes,
mostly Juul, but...
Allegedly.
It's insane. You just don't know what you're smoking, what you're putting into your body. There's all these chemicals mixed into it, and it's just wreaking havoc on your lungs.
And I think one of the main reasons why we as healthcare professionals, I think any healthcare professional you run into, whether it be a nurse, a CNA, or especially a respiratory therapist, PCP, your family medicine doctor, neuro, smoking like delays healing and delays so many different things, and it causes so many other issues. For example, if you can develop COPD, you can develop emphysema, you can develop cancer as well, you can develop heart failure as a result of all of these different things injuring your lungs, and now your lungs require more circulation and more blood flow in order to do the same job, and it's a wear and tear on your heart. So we do have patients who come in and they can't breathe, and then they go into heart failure because your heart is pumping too hard and working overtime in order to do the same amount of work. And I think also too, people when you don't understand how the lungs actually work, there's a particular disorder called restrictive lung disease, right? Where basically and I won't try to get too technical or too medical, but the structures that are in your lungs, right? What happens is there's this exchange of gas, of oxygen and carbon dioxide, right? So what happens is that this CO2 and O2 exchange, if there's inflammation or like swelling in the lungs, fluid on the lungs, the air can't pass through, which means you can't breathe. And the biggest problem is that your body ends up retaining or holding on to this CO2, which is a poison.
And you get loopy.
You get loopy and you lose your mind, and you can die like that. We've had patients that have died like that. So we're not trying to scare you, but this is why most healthcare professionals will say we're not against. I was gonna say we're not against drug use. We are.
We're not.
There's no judgment zone when it comes to drugs. But if there's another,
we're not advocating for drug use.
Right.
I'm just saying if you have to do the drugs, maybe don't smoke them.
Yeah, just don't smoke them. Modify.
In my opinion, it's a lot easier to fix a lot of other vital organs than it is to fix the lungs.
Yeah, and that's why I always say too. Like personally, you have more veins than you do lungs. I'm not promoting you to do anything like that, but I'm just saying you don't do drugs. Say no to drugs.
I'm just saying we can replace a valve of the heart. We can put a stent in.
Yeah.
We can mess with your gut. We can chop up your guts. You
don't want to.
You don't want to, but you got a lot. You got a lot of coal in there. We can chop all that up.
Resistant education, drug
Is that what D.A.R.E stands for?
Yes. Oh my God. You didn't pay attention in class.
We didn't have D.A.R.E.
You didn't have D.A.R.E. in elementary school?
I'm only 28 years old.
But I'm 38, so you should have had D.A.R.E.
No.
D.A.R.E. was a school. They still got D.A.R.E.
No, I went to private school. Maybe that's why.
Oh, you went to Catholic school, so they'll beat your ass. You come in there with some drugs.
Don't have sex. The drugs, But what you're not going to do is procreate in this.
I can't believe y'all didn't have D.A.R.E.
No, I didn't even know that's what it stood for. I've been wondering this whole time.
They did like a whole rapping song. Drug abuse, resistant education.
Did it work?
No, I mean
no.
I mean for me, I don't do drugs, but I have done and I'm drugs. When I say drugs, I'm talking about just like weed, brownies. I've done that, gummies, CBD, blah blah blah, THC. No hard drugs. I've done no hard drugs, so I don't know if you can bake meth or heroin in a brownie. I don't know.
I just don't know that I'd want it.
I don't want any drugs. I barely want Tylenol and ibuprofen. Oh. And I do want to say this too for people who. There was a comment that somebody left about giving medical advice. I just want to say we do have a disclaimer in the very beginning of our podcast that we talk about the fact that this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, you're gonna get some education, yes, but we are here to just entertain based off being in a relaxed environment as medical professionals. we are never going to give you medical advice.
Never.
Okay. First of all, we're going to protect our license at all costs. Number 2, we have not examined, evaluated, or have orders on you, a physician order whatsoever. We don't care that this is a direct access state. So anything that you hear from this podcast, you need to take with a grain of salt, because we will not be held liable should you choose to do anything from this podcast. Because again, we are not giving medical advice. We are only giving our personal opinion, our personal and professional opinion about the patients that we encounter here in our city at our local hospital.
We're just two girls up here with a microphone talking our shit.
That's it.
And you're tuning in.
And we appreciate you for tuning in.
Love it.
But I just want to let you know. So, I mean, even too, if you guys have questions, put them in the comments, because at least we can talk about it and have a dialogue, where in other spaces you may not be able to have the time to have these conversations with a PT or an OT or your PCP or a specialist. We're never going to give you medical advice. We're only going to tell you based off of our level of expertise and our experience from the population of people that we have served and currently serving.
But as always, do your own research.
Yes, and consult with your care team, your PCP, your specialist, all these other people, the people who actually touch you.
The people on Twitter, your best friends, the girls in your yoga class.
People who you pay a copay to, consult with them.
Anyone that is billable to your insurance.
Yes,
talk to them.
Because you can't talk to us because you don't bill us. But if you want to give them to our Cash App, you can. We will accept all money, but we will not accept money for medical advice. We just gonna take your money and move on. Hallelujah.
Amen.
But anyway, neither here nor there. Anything else we need to discuss before we get out of here?
No, I'm sick and I need to be shut into a house.
Yeah, so we pray that y'all actually get to hear this episode. I pray that this video and audio comes out. I will not be
touching anything.
Yes, so hopefully it writes correctly and we can have a great episode. But again, y'all don't forget to listen to and tune in to Ignite Your Why podcast. It's located on all major platform. Lord Jesus, it's located on all major podcasting platforms.
Yeah.
We're going to be on Ignite Your Why. Alyssa's episode comes out this Thursday, August the 4th. My episode comes out next week, Thursday, August the 14th. 11th. Yep, the 4th and the 11th. So we'll remind y'all or whatever. So check out our social media pages for all that information. It was an amazing episode that we did with him. Very funny, very educational,
super
very
fun.
Real. Yes, real rep raw. So, and y'all go over there and y'all follow him and listen to the podcast on his page. And we'll put a link in the comments or whatever to his episode as well too, so to make it a little bit easier. But again, that episode does not come out until Thursday, so you have to come back for that. But we'll do a special thing for it. But we appreciate y'all for being here. Remember to spread love,
spread light, and don't forget to laugh your face off.
Press that only, and don't press nothing else.
I'm not touching anything.
Nope, don't touch anything else.
Can I go home now?
Let's see if this thing actually. I mean, if it didn't, we're not. Hey, did you guys enjoy this episode? If so, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, including
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. New episodes are released every Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.